под государственный флаг Российской Федерации и знамя Победы! Смирно! Для встречи слева! Накра!
The state flag of the Russian Federation and the victory banner are carried out to the sound of the Sacred War by the Russian composer Alexander Alexandrov. The color guard of the Honor Guard Battalion of the 154th Preobrazhensky Independent Commandant's Regiment marches past the troops and the stands occupied by war veterans and dignitaries. At the climax of the Battle of Berlin on April 30th, 1945, Sergeant Mikhail Yegorov and Junior Sergeant Meliton Kantari of the 150th Idritskaya Rifle Division raised their division's battle colors over the German Reichstag building. That flag was later officially designated as the Victory Banner and is carried out every year for the opening ceremony of each Victory Day parade. This year, two of the best servicemen of the Preobrazhensky Regiment are entrusted with carrying the state flag and the Victory Banner. Private Kirill Vasilyev and Private Alexander Grinnik. The grandparents of both soldiers are decorated World War II veterans. The Preobrazhensky Regiment performs garrison duty and serves as the honor guard for national events featuring Russia's senior officials. The honor guard was established exactly 60 years ago. The Preobrazhensky Regiment is a regular participant in every military parade in Red Square and has the honor of opening the Victory Day parade. Lieutenant Colonel Dmitry Streha is the regiment's commanding officer.
Смирно! Для встречи слева! Накра!
Russia's defense minister, General Sergei Shoigu, will now inspect the troops. Colonel General Oleg Selyukov, Commander-in-Chief of the Ground Forces, is the parade commander.
Товарищ министр обороны Российской Федерации, войска Московского гарнизона для парада во знаменовании 71-й годовщины Победы в Великой Отечественной войне построены командующий парадом генерал-полковник Стрелков.
Начинается объезд парадных расчетов войск. Оба автомобиля движутся с одинаковой скоростью и максимальной синхронностью.
The defense minister and the parade commander start reviewing the troops.
Генерал армии Сергей Шойгу приветствует военнослужащих и поздравляет их.
The defense minister, General Sergei Shoigu, greets the troops and wishes them a happy Victory Day.
Здравствуйте, товарищи! Поздравляю вас с 71-й годовщиной Победы в Великой Отечественной войне!
В военном параде принимает участие более 10
Over 10,000 servicemen and 206 vehicles and aircraft will take part in the parade, representing all the branches of the Russian armed forces as well as other security agencies.
Здравствуйте, товарищи! Поздравляю вас с 71-й годовщиной Победы в Великой Отечественной войне!
Вооруженные силы России демонстрируют высокий уровень боевой выучки.
The Russian armed forces are the safeguard of our country's territorial integrity and security. They're always ready to perform any task they are assigned.
Здравствуйте, товарищи!
Hello, comrades.
Поздравляю вас!
Today we celebrate the 71st anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War.
Высокое мастерство демонстрируют российские воздушно-космические силы.
The Russian airspace forces have demonstrated their efficiency in fighting international terrorism.
Здравствуйте, товарищи!
Hello, comrades. Hello, Mr. Defense Minister. Today we celebrate the 71st anniversary of the victory in Great Patriotic War.
За последний год вооруженные силы России поступило более 2000 единиц бронетанкового
Over the last 12 months, the armed forces have received over 2,000 new armored vehicles, over 400 new aircraft, and 60 ships and submarines. Hello, comrades. Hello, Mr. Defense Minister. Today we celebrate the 71st anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. The Defense Minister has greeted the parade formations of the ground forces, aerospace forces, Navy, airborne troops, strategic missile forces, emergencies ministry, National Guard, Federal Security Service, and the youngest participants in the parade, cadets of military boarding schools.
Министр обороны генерал армии Сергей Шойгу завершил объезд войск и направляется.
Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu has finished reviewing the troops and goes to the central stand to report to the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces, President Vladimir Putin. Mr. Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces, the troops of the Moscow garrison are ready for the parade celebrating the 71st anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. Reporting Defense Minister General Shoigu.
Уважаемые граждане России,
Citizens of Russia,
дорогие ветераны,
dear veterans,
товарищи солдаты и матросы,
soldiers and seamen,
сержанты и старшины,
NCOs and officers,
товарищи офицеры, генералы и адмиралы.
generals and admirals.
Поздравляю вас с Днем Победы.
Today we celebrate
в котором
Victory
слились
Day.
воедино радость
This is the date when we celebrate and we remember and we mourn.
Это и государственный,
May 9th
и очень личный.
is a state holiday, but it's also a family
Он стал символом
date,
священного
a
родства
personal
России и ее
date.
народа. И в
It
такой
brings all the
сплоченности,
people of Russia together.
преданности Родине,
This
наша
commitment
сила,
to our motherland
уверенность
is what makes
и
us strong.
достоинство.
This is the
Нас
sign
объединяют
of our
глубокие,
unity and dignity.
пронзительные чувства к нашим
We are brought
отцам,
together by this
дедам, прадедам.
feeling we have towards
Сегодня
our
мы
fathers,
сердечно благодарим
grandfathers, great-grandfathers.
кто рядом.
Today we
И не
thank all
скрываем
those who
при
are
этом
still with
своей
us,
гордости
and
и
we
слез.
are proud.
Мы склоняем головы перед
We
светлой
brought to
памятью
tears.
сыновей,
We remember
дочерей,
the sons
отцов,
and daughters, fathers,
матерей,
mothers,
дедов,
grandfathers,
жен,
husbands,
братьев,
wives,
сестер,
brothers, sisters,
однополчан и друзей,
our
всех,
comrades
кто не
who fought
вернулся
with
с
us,
войны,
all those who did not
всех,
come back from the war,
кого уже нет с
all
нами.
those who are no longer with us.
Объявляю минуту молчания.
Let us now have a moment of silence.
В этом году
This year,
исполняется 75 лет с начала Великой Отечественной войны.
we mark 75 years since
1941-го нацисты
World War II
вероломно
started.
напали на Советский Союз.
Nazi Germany
В один миг
attacked the Soviet
изменилась
Union,
жизнь огромной
changing
страны.
the lives
И на
of a
этом
large number of people
трагическом
living in our
переломе
country.
был
At this
только один,
tragic
но высший
event,
выбор.
there was only
Главным
one
для всего народа
choice we could make.
стало спасение Отечества.
Our
Началась
utmost priority was to
героическая
save our
и
homeland,
жертвенная дорога к победе.
and we set
Нужно
out
было
on a long
без
journey
промедления
to victory.
решать множество сложнейших
Immediately,
задач.
a large
Одна
number
из
of
них
difficult tasks
эвакуация
had to be
миллионов мирных
addressed,
граждан,
evacuating
промышленности
a
на
large
восток.
number of
И всё
people
это в тяжелейших
and industrial
условиях наступления
facilities
врага.
to the eastern parts of the
пекле
country, and all this had to be
трудно
done
даже
while
осознать,
enemy was
как,
advancing.
какими запредельными
Today,
усилиями было
it is
вывезено
difficult
и
to
восстановлено более
comprehend
1500 заводов.
It was possible
Уже
to
через
move
несколько
over
месяцев
1,500
они начали
factories, and in
бесперебойно
just a few
поставлять на
months,
фронт
they
танки,
started
самолеты,
supplying frontline
боеприпасы,
troops with
военную
munitions and military
Это
hardware.
величайшая, беспримерная трудовая
This
победа позволила
was
нашей армии
an
обратить врага
unprecedented
вспять.
victory of labor, which
Сокрушить
helped
агрессора, который
our
поставил себе
army
на службу
send the
экономический
aggressor
потенциал
back
почти
to
всей
where they
Европы.
came from.
В подвигах фронтовиков и тружеников тыла
What people did at the
проявилась
front
истинная
and in the
жизненная
rear
сила нашего народа,
demonstrated
его
the
единство,
true
победный
strength
дух
of our
и
nation,
любовь к родной земле.
their love for
Наши
their
отцы и
homeland.
деды
Our fathers
одолели
and
мощного,
grandfathers were
беспощадного
able to
врага,
defeat
перед
this
которым
enemy,
спасовали, отступили многие страны.
which many other
Именно
countries
советский народ принес
could not
свободу другим
resist.
народам.
The Soviet
Именно от нашего
people
солдата
brought liberty to many
нацисты
other
и их
nations,
пособники
and
получили
it was
полное
our
возмездие.
soldiers who brought
За миллионы
retribution
жертв,
to
за все
Nazis
изуверства и бесчинства на нашей земле.
and made them pay
Война длилась без малого
for
4 года
millions of
и
their
стала целой
victims.
эпохой
War
для
went
нашей
on for
страны.
4 years.
Эпохой
This was a
мужества и
whole
отваги,
era for our country, an era
тяжелейших испытаний
full of
и трагических
courage,
потерь,
trials and
светлых
losses,
надежд и беспредельной веры в победу.
hopes and firm
Великая
belief
Отечественная
in our victory.
навсегда
The
останется
Great Patriotic War
выдающимся,
will always
священным
be
подвигом нашего народа,
sacred
призывом жить по
time
совести,
for our country,
держать высоту правды и справедливости,
which taught
передавать
us
эти
the
ценности
lessons
от
of
поколения к
justice,
поколению.
with
Уважаемые
lessons that
товарищи,
go on from generation
уроки
to
истории
generation.
говорят о том, что мир на
The
планете
lessons
не
of history
утверждается
teach
сам по
us
себе.
that peace
нужно быть
cannot be
бдительными,
achieved on a planet
что
on its
недопустимы
own.
двойные
We
стандарты,
have to be on our alert.
близорукое
We should
потакание
avoid
тем,
double standards.
кто
We shouldn't
вынашивает
indulge
новые преступные
those
замыслы.
who make criminal
Сегодня цивилизация
plans
вновь
today.
столкнулась с
Today,
жестокостью и
civilization faces
Терроризм
violence
стал глобальной
again.
угрозой.
Terrorism is a global
Мы
threat.
обязаны победить это зло.
We have to
И
defeat
Россия
this
открыта
evil.
для объединения
And
усилий
Russia
с
is
другими
open
государствами.
to join
Готова
efforts
работать
with
над
other
созданием
nations.
современной,
We are ready to
внеблоковой
work
системы международной
to
безопасности.
build a new
Наши
non-block
солдаты и
system of
командиры
international
доказали,
security.
что они
Our troops have
достойные
demonstrated
преемники
that
героев
they are
Великой Отечественной.
worthy descendants
честью
of the
защищают
heroes
интересы
of the
Родины.
Great Patriotic War,
Уверен,
protecting
что сегодня
Russia's
ветераны
interests today,
гордятся своими внуками и
and
правнуками.
veterans can be proud of their
Они их не
grandchildren
подводят.
today.
И всегда будут держать равнение
Their
на
grandchildren
великую победу,
will
на подвиг
always look to the
доблестного
great victory,
поколения
what the
победителей.
glorious generation of victors
праздником вас!
achieved.
С днем
Happy
Великой
Victory Day,
Победы!
the
Ура!
day of our great victory. Hurrah! Attention parade.
Торжественному маршу! Батальонно! На одного линейного дистанции! Первый батальон прямо! Остальные направо! На плечо! Равнение направо! Шагом марш!
Торжественное шествие войск возглавляет
The parade is
командующий
led by
парадом
Colonel General
генерал-полковник
Oleg
Олег
Salukov,
Салюков.
the
Традиционно
commander of
военный
the Victory
парад на
Day
Красной
Parade.
площади открывают
The
барабанщики
drummers of the
Московского
Defense Ministry's
военно-музыкального
military
училища
music school
Министерства обороны
have been opening
Российской
Moscow
Федерации.
parades since
Юные музыканты
1940,
задают темп и ритм движения
including the
парадных
Victory Day parade on Red Square on June 24th,
Заслуженный артист
1945.
России, полковник Александр
The parade
Герасимов.
detail is led by the school commandant, Colonel Alexander Gerasimov.
Оказано высокое доверие открывать парады войск Московского гарнизона. 24 июня 1945 года именно они открыли парад Победы на Красной площади. Проходят знаменные группы государственного флага Российской
The color
Федерации.
guards carry the state flag of the Russian Federation, the victory banner, and the banner of the Russian armed forces. The color guards are escorted by the honor guards of the three branches of the Russian armed forces, the ground forces, the aerospace forces, and the navy.
Военнослужащие, призванные из различных регионов Российской Федерации. На Красной площади самые юные
These are the youngest participants in the parade, a company of the Moscow Suvorov Military School.
За 72-летнюю историю
In its 72 years history, the school produced 12,000 graduates. 9 of them were later decorated with the Hero of the Soviet Union and Hero of the Russian Federation Gold Star. The parade detail is led by the school commandant, Major General Alexander Kasyanov. Next, we see the cadets of the Tver Suvorov Military School, established in 1943. The detail is led by school commandant Colonel Vladimir Chekhovsky. Next, we see the combined formation of the Nakhimov Naval School and the Kronstadt Cadet Corps. The formation is led by the school commandant, Rear Admiral Alexei Surov. For the first time ever, we see the parade detail of female cadets of the Defense Ministry's Military University and the Volsk Military Institute. The detail is led by Colonel Olesya Buka. Next, we see the combined regiment of the ground forces of the Russian armed forces entering the Red Square First, we see the Combined Arms Academy, led by Academy Commandant Lieutenant General Oleg Makarevich. Marshals Malinovsky, Rokossovsky, Grechka, and many other famed military leaders were all graduates of this academy. This is the parade detail of the Defense Ministry's military university, led by the university commandant, Colonel General Valery Marchenkov. More than 300 graduates of the university have been decorated with the Hero of the Soviet Union and Hero of the Russian Federation Gold Star.
Осуществляющие подготовку военно-гуманитарной направленности для вооруженных сил России и дружественных стран.
Next, we see the Krylev Logistics Academy detail, led by the Academy Commandant, Lieutenant General Vladimir Ivanovsky, entering Red Square. The officers of the Logistics Directorate took part in the military parade on Red Square on November 7, 1941. Next, we see the combined regiment of the Russian Aerospace Forces. First, we see the officers and cadets of the Zhukovsky-Gagarin Air Force Academy, led by Academy Commandant Lieutenant General Gennady Zebrov. More than 1,500 of the Academy graduates have been decorated with a Gold Star, more than 150 of them twice, and Marshal Ivan Kozhedub 3 times. The current generation of the cadets continue the traditions of previous generations. Next, we see the Mazhaysky Aerospace Academy entering Red Square, led by the Academy Commandant, Major General Maxim Pinkov. The Academy is the only school that has its own fleet of satellites. The combined regiment of the Russian Navy enters Red Square. First, we see the cadets of the Ushakov Naval Institute, led by Captain First Rank Vyacheslav Rodionov. The cadets of the Institute take part in the Victory Day Parade for the 10th time in modern history. Joining the parade is the 336th Independent Guards Belostok Marine Brigade of the Baltic Fleet. The parade detail is led by Colonel Vasily Kravtsov. The brigade was originally formed as a regiment in Siberia in 1942. Next, we see the combined regiment of the strategic missile forces. These are the officers and cadets of the Peter the Great Military Academy, one of Russia's oldest military schools. The parade detail is led by the Academy Commandant, Major General Alexander Sivachov. The strategic missile forces are a reliable shield protecting our country's security. Next, we see the parade detail of the Academy's Serpukhov branch, led by its commandant, Major General Andrei Morozov. The Serpukhov branch of the Academy marks its 75th anniversary this year. Joining the parade is the combined regiment of the airborne forces. We see the cadets of the Ryazan Airborne Academy, led by Major General Anatoly Kontsevoi. Over the years, the Academy has produced a total of more than 48,000 officers. 53 of its graduates were decorated with the Hero of the Soviet Union Gold Star and 77 with the Hero of the Russian Federation Gold Star. Next, we see paratroopers of the 331st Kostroma Regiment, led by Lieutenant Colonel Roman Zheleznikov. The regiment has been representing airborne troops in Red Square parades since 1976. During the war, the regiment took part in the liberation of Hungary, Austria, and Czechoslovakia. Next, we see the Timoshenko Military Academy of Radiological, Chemical, and Biological Defense, led by Colonel Igor Kirillov. 30 years ago, in April 1986, RCB defense specialists were among the first responders to the nuclear disaster at the Chernobyl nuclear plant. Now we see the 38th Railroad Brigade, led by Colonel Vladimir Belaitz. During the war, the railroad troops provided crucial logistical support, supplying frontline units with material and reinforcements. Next, entering Red Square, we see the National Guard's Dzerzhinsky Division, led by Major General Sergei Zakharov. It was this unit that threw the banners of defeated Nazi units on the ground in front of the mausoleum at the 1945 Victory Day parade. This is the Civil Defense Academy of the Emergencies Ministry, led by Lieutenant General Pavel Baryshev. Over the years, the Academy has produced over 15,000 graduates who continue to serve in the Emergencies Ministry. Next, we see the Moscow Border Guards Institute, led by Major General Valery Kozlov. The Institute has been producing border guard specialists for over 80 years. As in 1941, border guards are ready to be first to confront the enemy attacking our borders. Taman Guards traditionally take part in Red Square parades representing the Western Military District. 2nd Guards Taman Motor Rifle Division is led by Colonel Andrei Pitaev. During the war, 34 of the Taman Guards were decorated with the Hero of the Soviet Union Gold Star, and over 19,000 of them were decorated with other medals. 4th Guards Kantemirovskaya Tank Division, led by Colonel Andrei Kolesnikov, enter Red Square. During the war, the division received 18 citations from the Commander-in-Chief. The units making up the division have been decorated with a total of 23 medals. Next we see the 27th Independent Guards Sevastopol Motor Rifle Brigade, led by Colonel Dmitry Aksionov. The brigade was given the honorific name Sevastopol for its role in liberating the city from Nazi invaders. These are the Kremlin cadets, the Moscow Military Commanders School, led by Major General Alexander Novkin. This is the only military academy in Russia allowed to conduct its graduation ceremonies on Red Square. There are over 600 generals and 5 marshals among the school's graduates. Military bands are now leaving Red Square to make room for the mechanized column. The combined orchestra of the Moscow garrison is led by Lieutenant General Valery Khalilov. The orchestra is made up of the Defense Ministry's Central Orchestra, the Navy Orchestra, the best orchestras of the Moscow garrison, and other military bands. Now, onto parade formations of military equipment featuring 135 pieces. We now see the symbol of great victory, T-34 tanks. Leading the armored column are tank units of the 1st Guards Tank Army.
Современная техника вооруженных сил Российской Федерации.
It's time now for the modern military equipment of Russia's armed forces. Column of Tiger, Arbalet, and Kornet D armored vehicles opens this part of the parade, led by Major Alexander Yurin. We can now see Typhoon K and Typhoon U multi-purpose armored personnel carriers with enhanced protection. The column is led by Major Yaroslav Kret. Multifunctional modules allow the vehicles to be used for many different purposes. Entering Red Square now is a column of BMP-3, modern infantry fighting vehicles that have provided reliable cover for troops under any circumstances. The column is led by Captain Igor Matveyev. It's followed by a column of heavy infantry fighting vehicles and new generation APCs built on the Kurganets platform. The column is led by Captain Denis Finagenov. Next we see T-98 tanks, the main battle tank of the Russian armed forces. The column is led by Captain Konstantin Usoltsev. These tanks are capable of destroying both ground and airborne targets at maximum ranges, by day and by night. This is the next generation of Russian tanks, Armata. The detail is led by Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Sedinin. The Armata tank will soon become the main battle tank of the Russian ground forces. Artillery is represented on Red Square by Msta-S and brand new Coalition SV self-propelled howitzers. The column is led by Major Mikhail Komogorov. Higher rate of fire and a new gun arrangement have significantly increased the capabilities of the Russian artillery. Next we see Iskander-M, high-precision mobile theater ballistic missile systems. The column is led by Lieutenant Colonel Nikolai Izvoltsev. The system has proven to be highly efficient for long-range, high-precision strikes. Next we see the parade detail of the Air Defense Forces, led by Major Nikolai Afanasyev. The Tor M2U and Buk M2 surface-to-air missile systems
массированных ударов средств
are designed
воздушного нападения
to repel massive airstrikes
всей техники
and protect
и
equipment
личного
and
состава
personnel
на боевых позициях.
at operational sites.
Проходит парадный расчет боевой техники
Next we see
воздушно-десантных
armored
войск.
vehicles of the
Парадный
airborne
расчет
forces
возглавляет гвардии майор Михаил
led by
Севастьянов.
Major Mikhail
В
Sevastyanov.
строю проходят модернизированные десантные многоцелевые
The column
бронетранспортеры
features
«Ракушка»
the upgraded
и боевые
multi-purpose
машины десанта
APC
нового поколения
Rakushka
БМД-4М.
and the new generation airborne infantry fighting vehicles BMD-4M.
На марше парадный расчет
Next we see the parade
воздушно-космических сил
detail
России.
of the Russian
Колонна
aerospace
зенитных
forces.
ракетно-пушечных комплексов «Панцирь-С»
The group of
возглавляет
Panzer
капитан
S air defense systems is led by Captain Ivan
производит
Bolshakov.
в городе-герое
The system is manufactured in the Russian city of Tula, which is considered to be the capital of Russian weapon-making industry. The Panzer system has proven highly efficient in protecting civil and military facilities.
Во главе колонны зенитных ракетных систем С-400 «Триумф»
Next, we see S-400 Triumph surface-to-air missiles, column led by Colonel Alexander Khitrin. No foreign air defense system can match the capabilities of S-400. It's capable of targeting all aerospace attack weapons at a range of 400 kilometers.
You
can now see the state-of-the-art Yars missile launchers. The column is led by Lieutenant Colonel Vladimir Polyakov. The Yars-equipped units are the backbone of the mobile component of the Russian nuclear forces. Finally, we see the Boomerang, well, the infantry fighting vehicle carrying flags of the different branches of the Russian armed forces. Now the flyover begins. It will feature 71 modern aircraft used by the Russian aerospace forces. Opening this part of the parade is a MiL Mi-26 transport helicopter and 4 MiL Mi-8A MTSH multipurpose helicopters. The column is led by Captain Sergei Palushkin. The Berkut's aerobatic demonstration team is flying MiL Mi-28 and Havoc helicopters over Red Square. We can now see Kamov Ka-52 Alligator attack helicopters, the world's best in this class. These are MiL Mi-35M attack helicopters. The leading pilot is Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Kuznetsov. This is modernized IL-76MD-90A. This is an Antonov AN-124-100 Ruslan, the world's largest aircraft, led by Major Anton Chebyshev. Group of 3 medium Ilyushin IL-76MD airlifters is flying over Red Square. The group is led by Captain Alexander Lomakin. We now see a group of 3 Tupolev Tu-95MS turboprop-powered strategic bombers. The leading pilot is Lieutenant Colonel Trofim Kapsha. The flyover continues, and we now see 3 Tupolev Tu-22M3 supersonic long-range strategic bombers and missile carriers. The group is led by Lieutenant Colonel Denis Krivosheyev. You can now see simulation of the air-to-air refueling of a Tupolev Tu-160 strategic bomber by Ilyushin IL-78. The leading pilot is Major Ruslan Hamitov. We can now see 4 modernized Mikoyan MiG-29 SMT jet fighters. The group is led by Lieutenant Colonel Andrei Kazakov. Next we see a formation of 4 Sukhoi Su-24M bombers. Leading pilot is Lieutenant Colonel Vladimir Myakishev. Next comes Sukhoi Su-34 fighter bombers led by Lieutenant Colonel Alexei Loboda. This is a group of Mikoyan MiG-31 long-range heavy interceptor aircraft. The group is led by Major Yuri Kovalyov. We now see a group of fighter bombers Sukhoi Su-34, fighter Sukhoi Su-27, and multi-purpose Sukhoi Su-35S aircraft. The formation is led by Colonel Yuri Gritsayenko. These are the world-famous Russian Knights and Swifts aerobatic teams flying 5 Sukhoi Su-27 and 4 MiG-29 aircraft. The formation is led by Colonel Andrei Alexeyev. And finally, 6 Sukhoi Su-25 assault aircraft decorate Moscow skies with the colors of the Russian flag.
Под музыку марша «Прощание славянки» оркестр
The band leaves the Red Square
покидает Красную
to the
площадь.
tune of the march Farewell of a Slav Woman.
Парад Победы завершен.
The parade is over.
71-я годовщина Великой Победы.
Happy Victory Day.
Слава ветеранам
Glory
Великой
to the veterans of the Great Patriotic
Отечественной
War.
войны. Ура!
Hurrah!
Станок не трогайте.